Fine. Good evening. So hope you people are doing good. So today in this class we are going to discuss the data types and the variables in the Java. Okay. So could anyone please tell me what is the data type is? So why we are going to use those data types and all? Yes. I want a response from you. So what is data type? So hope you already studied the data types in the C programming. So almost everyone studied C programming, right? So then let me know in the comment section what is data type is and why we are going to use those data types and all. So if not, I'll teach you. No worry. Okay. So if you know, let me know in the comment section, or else I'll start. Okay. So what is data type, guys? I want response from you. What is data type, guys? So store fundamental information. Yeah, absolutely correct, Lucky. Then so data types are nothing but those are used to store the information or the data which you are going to assign to that particular variable. Okay. So I'll show you practically how those are going to be. Okay. So let me open the page now. I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right? So is that visible? Yes. Yes. Thanks for your confirmation. See, guys, whenever we are going to assign what declare a particular variable in our memory, it's going to create one memory location. Okay, so in this particular location, that's the value which we are going to assign is going to be stored. Okay, and one more thing. While initializing, we are going to give the name, right? For example, I'll give the number. Okay, so number. So my variable name is number. Okay. Whenever I declare that particular variable, so in the memory location, the memory is going to create one particular block to store that particular information. Okay. So this is how it's going to be created whenever we are going to what declare a particular variable. Okay. So along with this, we have address. Okay. So we have address of that particular variable. So, let me take an example of 1000 as an address. So 1000 is address of that particular variable. So this is how it's going to be stored in the memory. When when it's going to be stored like this in the sense whenever we declare that particular variable. Okay. So let me show you in the compiler. See, yeah, I'll remove it. So this is what the basic block, right? So basic block for executing the Java. So now I'm trying to declare one particular variable. Okay. So if I declare a variable like this, so the computer is going to inform the memory that so you have to create one memory location in order to save these particular information which is going to be initialized in the particular variable. Okay. So here I declared a variable with the name of A, where in that example I declared a variable with number, right? So number. So whenever I declare the variable like this, so it's going to be create one memory location like this. Okay, so this is how declaration is going to happen in almost all the programming languages. Okay, so when I this is what declaration is. Okay, so declaration. Okay, so while assigning or while initializing, you can give number equals to, so I'm storing 20 in that particular variable. So whenever I give like this, it's going to be, so in the memory location, same, it's going to be, that particular value is going to be stored. Okay, so this is what the mechanism of our working the variable declaration and the variable initialization. So clear with this? So this is how we are going to declare and initialize the variable, and this is how it's going to store in that particular memory. Okay, so clear with this? So clear with how we are going to declare a variable, how we are going to store that particular variable, how the memory is going to store that particular variable in the memory. So clear with this? So if you are clear, then we will move further, or else if not, I'll explain it again. Okay, let me confirm in the comment section. Guys, is that clear? How we are going to declare and how we are going to store that particular data into the memory? Is that clear, guys? Sir, I think in the class 50 members are there. I want 50 responses. Yes. So clear with the initialization and declaration of the variable, right? Okay. Okay, guys. Can anyone tell me? So, what are all are the rules that are there to declare a variable? What are the rules to declare a variable? Rules? Shall I start a variable name with a number? You just try to answer my questions, okay? That's enough. So, shall I start a variable name with a number? Shall I start? No, right? See, guys, whenever we are going to give a particular name to a value, so that's not going to start with what 9, okay, or 9 or whatever the number it is. So I'll show you practically. So see here, guys, here how I initialized. So wait, I'm going to print that particular number, okay. So let me run it once. So this is how we are going to declare a particular variable, and this is how we are going to initialize that particular variable, okay. Okay, so this is what the two things. So I asked you a question. Shall I start a variable name with a number? So here I am giving a number as a 9. Is that a correct variable name? Is that a correct variable name, guys? Is that a correct variable name? No, right? So we'll execute it once. So see here, guys. The error has arisen. Why? Because whenever we are going to declare a particular variable, that variable should not start with number. Okay, so clear with the first point, the variables should not start with number. So if we start that particular name with a number, so that's not going to execute, and it will throw us an error. Okay, clear with this? So clear with the declaration of declaration by using number. So if you are clear with this rule, then we will move to next rule. Okay, guys, I want response from each and everyone. Then only I'll come to know whether you are getting my points or not. Okay, clear it seems, right? Then shall I start a variable with dollar or any other special characters? Shall I start? Shall I declare a variable with starting with a dollar or any other special characters? Can I use? The document is telling that no. So, but one thing, guys, Java allows a dollar also. Okay. So except dollar and underscore, we are not going to use any other special symbols. Okay, so we can start our variable name with dollar, but it's not the case in other programming languages like C. So the variable name, it doesn't start with a special characters. Okay, but in Java, it allows to declare a variable name that will start with dollar, and then we can give underscore also. Okay, so there with this, it's fine. So this is how we are going to give. So just now I told you we can start our variable name with underscore as well. Okay, so with underscore. So if I run this particular code, 20 is going to be printed. Why? Because so underscore is allowed in the Java. Okay, clear with this, guys? So we are not going to start a variable name with a number. So we are not going to start the variable name with special symbols other than underscore and the dollar. So dollar sign is going to be used whenever uh, we are going to specify that the particular variable is a important variable. So if it is an important variable, then we are going to declare that particular variable with the dollar sign. Otherwise, no need. Okay, so you can follow the same rules as mentioned in the C programming as well. Okay, and one more question to you people: Shall I can we use keywords as a variable name? Keywords can we use? Can we use keywords as a variable name? Respond, guys. Keywords. No. So we do not use. So we are not supposed to use the keywords as a variable name. So if we use that the particular variable names as a keywords as a variable names, so it's going to throw an exception. So that is one more rule in the variable declaration. Okay. So I'll go with if. Okay, so if is one of the variable that is available in the if is one of the keyword that is available in the Java. Okay, so let me check whether it will work or not. See guys, it throws an exception. Why? Because here whenever we are going to use a reserved words or a keywords as a variable name, it's going to throws an exception. So we are not supposed to use a keywords in a variable declaration. So clear with this? So these are the three main things. And one more thing, guys. So we can use the numbers after a variable declaration. So before a variable, we are not supposed to use that particular number. So after a variable name, we can use. Okay. So I'll show you practically. So number one, number one. So here also, I'll try to bring that number one. So see here, it shows an output, right? So one thing, guys, we can use a number once after a variable declaration. These are the four main important rules that are to be followed by declaring a variable. Okay, so clear with this? Clear with the rules, declaration and initialization of the variables. So if you people are clear with this, then you people can understand the data types easily. Yes. See, I'm getting responses only from Ramji Kumar and Gautami. I'm teaching to each and everyone here, but only two of them are replying. So if you do so, I'll stop here itself. So I want response from each and everyone. Then only I'll continue to the next topic. Respond, guys. Respond. As you are learning a new programming language, you should concentrate. Your memory should be active. You should be active while listening the class. Then only you will come to know or you will learn the new programming language. C is the fundamental language to learn all the programming language. You people are familiar with those C programming language. Then you can easily learn this Java. So please pay attention towards the class. Okay, so okay with the declaration, initialization, and rules of declaring a variable. Then we will move to the data types. Okay. Um, so now we are discussing the data types and the variables in the Java. So data type specifies the size and values that are to be stored in the variable name. Okay. So we have different types of data types that are available in the Java. One is primitive data types and one more is non-primitive data types. Okay. So primitive data types. So these are the most basic types data types available in the Java language. There are 8 primitive data types that we need to concentrate. Okay, so primitive data types are broadly categorized into two. Those are Boolean and the numeric data types. Okay, so Boolean and numeric data types. Again, in a numeric data type, so it's going to be divided into two types, that is integral data types and the floating point data types. Okay, so integral data types are nothing but byte, short, int, long, and character. Okay, so while coming into the floating point data types, we have float and double. Okay, so byte stores 1 byte of memory. Okay, and then int stores 2 or 4 bytes of memory, and then character while in a C programming language, character stores 1 bytes of memory. But here in the case of Java, it's going to use 2 bytes of data. Okay, so two. Float 4 bytes, and then double. So double how much, guys? Double 8. Okay. So Boolean data type. So the Boolean data type is used to store only two possible values, that is true and false. Okay. So this type is used for simple flags that track true or false conditions. So the Boolean data types are basic data types which we are going to use. Those are going to store only two types of values, that is true and false. Okay. So the Boolean data type specifies 1 bit of information. Just now I told you, no. So it's going to store only 1 bit of information. But so size can't be defined precisely, but so it going to size is going to be of 1 byte. Okay. Example. So Boolean 1 equals to false, Boolean 1 equals to true. So here this is how we are going to specify the variables. Okay. So now we will see the practical example for that. Boolean, right? So Boolean is a data type. So Boolean condition, I'm going to give condition 1 equals to truth. Okay. So Boolean condition 2 equals to false. Okay. So this is what the two values that are going to be stored in a Boolean data type. Okay. So if I want to print these two, simply I'm copying this particular line. Guys, basic things and all, if you concentrate, it will be easy to you. Otherwise, you'll face difficulties from basics onwards. Condition 1, I'm going to print in this particular statement. Condition 2, I'm going to print in this line. Okay. Now you can see in the output terminal, it's going to be printed true and false values. Okay, so this is what the true Boolean data type is. So clear with hope you people are clear with this Boolean data type. So these data types and all are the basic stuff that are available in the Java. So no need to concentrate more on this data types. I'll try to complete within short time. Okay. Next. So int is a data type. So just now I told you. So int data type is a 32-bit assigned to 2's complement integer. This value lies. So this range is not mandatory to learn. So the basic stuff you need to learn is. So it is minus 2 to the power of 31 to plus 2 to the power of 31 minus 1. Okay. So this is what the value range. Okay. So hope you clear with the integer data type. Int is going to use 2 or 4 bytes of memory. Okay, 2 or 4. So it's based on the computer or it's based on the memory. So clear with this integer. Then just now I told you. So this is how you are going to declare and initialize the integer values. Okay. So I'm not going to concentrate much more on the data types. Why? Because you people are familiar with these things and all in a what from C programming itself. Okay, the float data type is a single precision. It uses a 32-bit memory, so that is 4 bytes itself. Okay, so it value range is unlimited, so we can store unlimited values. And one more thing, so while declaring data type in a C programming language, we are not we are not going to use this particular f once after completion of the variable what data. But here in the case of Java, so we are going to use f once after completion of the value. Okay, now I'll show you the practical example how you are going to store that particular floating data type value. Okay, so float, I'm going to use a variable f. I'm going to store a 200 in that particular variable. So once the data is completed, you just mention f. Okay, so floating is nothing but decimal number. So I'm going to use it as like this. Okay, now I'm going to print the particular f value. Okay, now we will see the output. Yeah, variable f again classmate. Okay. So clear, right? So here so previously I have initialized and declared the variable after completion of this print statement. That's why it's thrown an exception. It's better to declare and initialize the variables before the printing statements. So in starting class, in the first class itself, I told you. So my class having more errors, from errors only you are going to learn. Okay, so clear with I hope, I think you people are clear with the floating data type. So it's going to be used of 4 bytes of memory, then double. So double data type having a 64-bit precision, its value range is unlimited. In the same way, the double data type is generally used for decimal values. The main difference between double and the floating is, so double having higher accuracy than the float. Okay. If I give, so float f equals to 200. Now we will try to print this particular thing. See, 200 fine. 0 is displayed. But in the case of C programming, float is having the 6 bits. Okay, see 6 decimal places after the float. While coming to double, it's going to print a 15 decimal places after the data. ఓకే సో అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకి సి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లో ఆ ఫ్లోట్ వేరియబుల్ డిక్లేర్ చేసి ఆ ఫ్లోట్ వాల్యూని మనం ప్రింట్ చేయడానికి వెళ్తే అది మనకి ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే అప్ టు 6 డిజిట్స్ అంటే 6 డెసిమల్ ప్లేసెస్ వరకు మనకు అవుట్పుట్ ఇస్తుంది అనమాట. బట్ మనకు డబుల్కి వచ్చేటప్పటికి అది 15 డిజిట్స్ గా చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. సో మెయిన్ డిఫరెన్స్ వచ్చేసి మనకి ఏంటంటే ఫ్లోట్ కి డబుల్ కి ఎక్కువ యాక్యురసీ అనేది డబుల్లో ఉంటుంది. అందుకు మనం డబుల్ డేటా టైప్ అయితే యూజ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా, క్లియర్ కదా? సో how we are going to declare an integer data type, how we are going to initialize the data, how it's going to be stored, and one more thing. Yeah, so I'll explain those concepts when we enter into the arrays. Okay, so that's what data structures is. So clear with the initialization and declaration of int and double float. So if you are clear, then we'll move to the next concepts. Next, character data types. Just now I told you, so it's going to use 2 bytes of memory. But in the case of C programming, it's going to use only 1 byte. Okay, so the character data type is a single 16-bit Unicode character. Its value. So just now I told you it's not that much important to remember all this stuff and all. No need to remember these things. So the character data type is used to store the characters. Okay, so characters we can store in a single quote. Okay, clear with this? So if you are clear, then we'll move further. So clear with the boolean, int, float, double, and character. Please let me know in comment section, guys, how we are going to declare and initialize the variables. So these are all the basic stuff. No need to explain in detail. That's why I'm explaining like this. Fine. As you people studied these data types are in the last, that is previous programming language. That's why I'm not concentrating more on these data types. But as per the schedule, I need to teach these things. Okay, fine. So byte. So it's going to be used only with 1 bit value. So the byte data type is an example of primitive data type. It is an 8-bit signed to complement integer. So no need to go through these things and all. Its value also. So this stuff and all not important, but you need to know. I'll share the notes, guys. No worry. So yesterday's class and today's class, I'll update the notes to you in a WhatsApp group. No worry. So it can be used in the place of int data type. Okay. So where in last example we have seen that int a equals to 10, right? So we can use byte also. Okay. Let's see practically. I'm going to declare one thing with byte. Byte v equals to. I'm going to store the 10 value into that particular value. Now I'll try to print that value. We'll see whether it works or not. See, so it's similar to the integer data type, but the byte value is less when compared to the integer. So if you want more accuracy, then you can go with the integer. So if not, then you will go with. So if your data size is less, then you better to go with the byte. Okay, so to save the memory. So if you people are clear with this byte data type, then we will see the short data type. Okay, so short data type is a 16-bit assigned to complement value. So its value, so short is nothing but, so it is also comes under the integer data type. So you can, so instead of using all this stuff, better to go with integer data type itself. Okay, so long data type. And one more thing, in float and the long, At last, we are going to specify the letters. See here, you might be observing here, right? So at last, you have to specify the capital L if it is a long data type. Okay. So this is what the main thing is. So you can observe this particular table. See here, Boolean, it stores only true or false condition. Default value is false. Okay. And its size is 1 bit. So examples are true, false. Okay. So range also like this. Then byte. So default value is 0 and it's having 8 bits of size, and example letters are none. Okay, so while coming into the character, so it is an Unicode character where it's used to store the ASCII values. I'll show you ASCII values. What are the ASCII values? How it's going to be used. Okay. Um, so once after completion of all this stuff, I'm going to give one challenge. So in C itself, okay, in C programming itself, I'm going to give one challenge to you. You have to answer. Everyone have to answer. So those who answer correctly, I'm going to give one 5-star chocolate to them. Okay. Or else I'll do phone pay to them. Okay. Phone pay or GPay. Next short, it's going to be store 16 bits. I think no need to study all these stuffs on that. So typecasting, guys. So typecasting is nothing but converting one type of data type to another data type is called the typecasting. Okay. So in Java, there are two types of typecasting, that is a widening typecasting and a narrow typecasting. So widening typecasting is nothing but, so it automatically it's going to change the smaller data type to the larger data type. But while coming to a narrow typecasting, so manually we are going to change the higher data types or smaller data types to higher data types. Okay, so see here, larger data type we are going to convert into the smaller data type. So that's what the narrow typecasting is. So this is we are going to convert it as a manually. Okay, I'll show you the practical examples of binding casting and the sorry, narrow casting. See here. So int v equals to 10, right? So in this particular variable, int v equals to 10, and then I'm going to declare one more variable with float. Okay, float f equals to I'm going to copy that v value into the f. Okay, so this is how I copied. That is, now 10 value is going to be stored into the f. Okay, now we will try to print one by one. Okay, so now in this particular first statement, I'm going to print a v value, but in the next line, I'm going to print f value. Let's see how it's going to be. Yeah, float f, variable f is already defined. See here, guys. Previously I already defined, right? So that's why it's throwing an error. Simply I'm changing a variable to b. Okay. Now I'll try to run this particular code snippet. We'll see how it's going to be. See here, guys. 10 and 10.0. So you might be observing the difference. Initially, I have declared and initialized as a 10, but in the next statement I'm going to copy that particular variable to the float, that is f variable. So here typecasting is occurred, that is widening typecasting. Automatically it's going to be converted from smaller data type to the higher data type. So here we are not doing it manually, so automatically this process is going to be happened. But whereas in this particular see, in this narrow typecasting, we have to convert that. Okay. See, so clear with the widening typecasting. Clear, guys? So whitening type casting is nothing but converting data type, that is smaller data type, to the higher data type. Whereas in the narrow type casting, we are going to convert the data type from higher data type to smaller data types. So that's going to be done manually. But it's not the case in the binding type casting. Automatically, it's going to be casted. Okay, so now we will see the practical example for the narrow type casting. Here, initially I'm going to declare a float value as 10.23 F. Okay, now I am going to cast it to the smaller data type. Okay, so uh, int a equals to int of F. We'll see. So first I need to print the F value, and then I need to print a value. So dot class expected. See here, guys. So if you are going to perform a narrow typecasting, you have to specify the data type. That is, whether it is an integer or it might be a double or it might be a float. You have to specify that within a brackets. Okay, and only it's going to be converted. See, this is what the example for the narrow typecasting. That is, it's going to higher data type is going to convert it to the lower data type. Right. So one more thing here is, in the widening typecasting, the data is not going to be lost. But whereas in the case of narrow typecasting, the data is going to be lost. Right. Why? Because initially we stored the 10.23 something as a value in the float, but while we are transforming it to the smaller data type, 0.23 something is there. So that data is going to be vanished. Right. So the data is going to be lost. So this is what the main problem in the narrow type casting. Okay. So clear with this? Clear with this, guys? So widening typecasting and narrow typecasting, what are the primitive data types available, and what's the size of that particular variable? So the range and all is not mandatory. That's why I'm not going to stress more on that. Okay. Previously, I told you I'm going to give a challenge to you people in a C program itself. So you have to answer for that. Okay. Wait for a while. I think Vamsi will answer to this question. I'm expecting answer from Vamsi. Let's see who's going to answer for this. Hope my screen is visible to everyone. Please confirm, guys, whether my screen is visible. So, if you clear this challenge, I'm going to give 5 stars on it. Okay. Now I'm sharing one PPT that is a challenge one from C programming itself. The same stuff, the same concept is going to be implemented in Java also. Okay. So once go through that challenge, after that we will implement in the Java. So the main intention of me is to is when we compare two programming languages, you can easily learn. So that's what from my main intention. That's why parallelly I am discussing the concepts. Okay. So this is challenge. Okay, guys, let me know what is the output of this particular code snippet. Wait. What's the output of this particular code snippet? Kindly observe, guys. Observe clearly and try to answer. Even hint also given by me in the code itself. So here I declared two character variables, character 1 and character 2 as a small a and capital A. But then I'm adding that particular character variables. Then I'm printing the result. Okay. What would be the output of this code? What output of output? Wait, it's I will post that particular program in your comment section. Kindly go through the code and let me know the output of that particular code. But don't try to copy that code and paste it. Yeah, I got one answer from my three. Go through the code, guys. So it's not that much challenging. So if you know a simple trick, easily you can answer this. Yes. Any guess what would be the output of that particular code? Yeah, obviously 162. Hamsi, are you there? Jay Surya, Kirti Reddy. So everyone telling that 162, 162, 162, 162. Can anyone tell me how? Yeah, Hamsi is going with 125. So 162. Radhika is going with 160. So can anyone tell me why this 162 came or 160 came or 125 came? What's the concept? A65, small a 97. I think Maitri knows this ASCII concept. Let's see. This is one of the technical question which is asked in the Wipro and Google in their technical HR rounds. So this is a basic concept. Okay. So here the main thing you have to concentrate is ASCII values. So as Maitri said, so capital A value is going to be 65 and small a is going to be 97. Okay, so see here. See, you have to first you have to understand the data type that we are going to specify. So in this particular first line, I specified character A and the character small a with char data type. But while I'm performing the arithmetic operation here, I taken the data type as int. So this is what you have to go through. Okay. So you have to understand, you have to observe clearly. If you observe clearly, answer will definitely come into your mind. Okay. See, So, according to American Standard Code for Information Interchange, each and every character is assigned with some particular constant value. Okay, this is what the ASCII table is. For the capital A, we are going to that ASCII given 65 value. For small a, ASCII given 97 value. So when we perform the addition operation of those two, 65 plus 97 is going to be the output. Why? Because so in the arithmetic operation, I mentioned the data type as int. Okay. See. So for capital A, the ASCII value is going to be 65. For small a, the ASCII value is going to be 97. Okay. So 97. If we add that, the result is going to be 162. Okay, so clear with the ASCII table. So if you want, try to take a screenshot of it, use for your future reference. Capital A 65, capital Z 90. 65 to 90 is of uppercase letters. 97 to 122 is for what? Small case letters. And 0 to 9, 48 to 57. Okay, then for mu, it's going to be 0181, and for time, it's going to be 0153, and for euro, it's going to be 0163. Okay, so the output of that particular code snippet is 162. Then, see, same stuff. So it's one more challenge, that is character. So initially I declared and initialized a value of one character, that is 1 and 2. There, while performing the arithmetic operation, I used the data type int. That's why it's going to be it's going to add 49 and 50, which will result in 99. So please try to take a snap of it. So same thing we can implement in Java also. Okay. So here, you might observe in the challenge 3, I changed the data type value to character. While performing the arithmetic operation, I changed the variable to character. So now guess what is the output of this? What would be the output of this? So I specified that with as I specified that with the character data type. So 49 plus 50 is going to be a 99. So 99 is small c. Okay, according to ASCII, 99 is a small c. Okay, so here it's one more challenging task to you. Guys, please try to take a snap of it. Then here, initially I used to store a character variables, that is 1 and 2, and then I'm going to sum those things. So as I have not mentioned that within a single quote, so by defaultly it's going to take it as an integer, then it's going to print that particular value. If I mention those variables with a single quote, so that's going to take it as a character. But here that's not the case. So without using the quotes, I specified without using that numbers. Okay, so that's why it's shown output as 3. Okay, so in this, let me know guys, how many are the valid variable names? Valid variable names in this, valid variable names. Guys, hope everyone understood this ASCII concept. So we'll try to implement the same stuff in the Java also. No worries. Guys, how many are the valid variable names in this particular data? Respond, guys. The challenge is in front of you. Yes, Gautam is going with five. Others, five. Surya, six. Navya Sri, five. Nandakumar, Navya is going with four. Mm-hmm. Then four, four. Okay, let me know whether this is a valid variable name or no. You just try to comment down yes or no. Is this a valid variable name? Yes. So everyone are going with yes. Yeah. So this is valid variable name. Okay, let me know, is this a valid variable name? Yes. So this is also valid variable name. Why? Because underscore, we can start a variable name with underscore. Is this a valid variable name? Third one? No. No, right? Why? Because the variable name should not start with number. Okay, the variable name should not start with number. That's why it's an invalid variable. Okay, so this is invalid variable. Okay, then let me know, is this a valid variable name? This one. Is that a valid variable name? Respond, guys. Respond. Is that a valid variable name? No. Why? Guys, many of you people are confusing. So the way once after completion of the variable name, we can give the numbers. So don't confuse here. Okay. So there is one rule that we can start. We do not start the variable name with a number, but we can end with a number. Okay. So this is valid variable name. So this is also a valid variable name. Is this a valid variable name? Is this a valid variable name? Yes. Why? Why guys you people are confusing that much? See, in starting itself I told you. So it is not, so while declaring a variable name other than dollar and underscore, no other special characters is going to be used as a variable name. Don't confuse guys. So this is an invalid variable name. Okay. So this is an invalid variable name. Okay, then let me know, is this a valid variable name? Is this a valid variable name? Yes. Yes. Guys, I want response from each and everyone. Yes. So this is also a valid variable name. Then let me know, is this a valid variable name? This one. This one. Jayasuriya is going with yes. Is that correct? No, guys. So while we are going to declare a variable, so we should not use a space in between a variable name. Okay. We are not supposed to use a space between two words. So spaces are not allowed. Very good, Vamsi. So spaces are not allowed while declaring a variable name. Okay. Then is this a valid variable name? So this one is valid. Then is this a valid variable name which I have highlighted here? No. Why? So as Java is a case sensitive, we can give whatever we want. So this is a valid variable name, guys. This is a valid variable name. Why? Because we can use whatever characters we want. Okay. So this is a valid variable name. We can start with lowercase or we can start with uppercase. We can start with the lowercase and then followed by the uppercase. We can start with the uppercase and then it's going to be followed by the lowercase. So this is a valid variable declaration. Don't confuse here. This is also a valid variable declaration. This one, guys, is that a valid variable name? 67 members are there in the class, but I am getting only 10 answers. May I know what would be the reason? No. So this is not the valid variable name because no other special characters than underscore and the dollar is going to be used in the variable name. Right. So this is not a valid variable name, and 4321 is also not going to be a valid variable name. So same stuff, guys. So C and Java are the case sensitive programming languages. That's why here small everything is small num, and here everything is capital. Here capital letter followed by the small letters. All three are different, guys. All three are different. Why? Because C program and Java program almost all the programming language except HTML is going to be non-case sensitive. Okay, so clear with this? Clear with this, guys? If you people are clear with this, then we will try to implement the same thing. Okay, same stuff in the Java. So now I will try to erase everything. Yeah. The same code snippet I'm copied there. See here, guys. Uh, Here I'm going to give capital A. Here I'm going to give small a. Then I'm storing this. Okay, I'm going to store the arithmetic, this particular arithmetic operation within a integer data type. Okay, now we will try to print that particular result value. Let's see what would be the result is. See here, guys, 162 is going to be the output for this particular code. Okay, uh, then guys, let me know what would be the output of this. What would be the output of this? So if you note clearly, then you can answer correctly. Small b and capital A. Small b and capital A. What would be the output of that? So this is very important in the technical aspect. The same stuff, same questions are going to be repeated various times. Almost in all the MNCs, the question, same question. The question is repeated many times. As we are concentrating on technically, I'm discussing all this stuff, but it's not there in your university curriculum. Okay, in your university curriculum, these are all are not there. So you studied Java only for your university exam, but it's not the case in the industry or in this competitive market. Yes, 163. So let me check it once. Right, 163 is a correct answer. So hope you people are clear with this ASCII. So what if I mention this with char? So what would be the output of this, guys? Let me know. So I changed the data type to character here. Then what would be the output of this particular line? Let me know, guys. So here I changed the format specifier. Sorry, data type. output, there small b and capital A is there. So two strings or two characters is going to be concatenated, and then output is going to be BA. Sorry, incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from into to character. Oh, see, here we specified within a single code. That's why it's telling that incompatible types. That is possible lossy conversion. So it's possible, but if we convert that from integer to character data type, if we convert that to integer to character data type, so it's going to be lossy, but it's going to be happen. Okay, then one more thing I'm going to give. Okay, so here int a equals to, I'm going to specify it with 65. Then I'm going to copy that variable to character. Okay, now what would be the output of this code snippet? So what's the output of this code? Let me know, guys. Let me know in comment section. So a value is 65. I'm copied to character. What would be the output of this? Capital A. C. Possible lazy conversion from into to character. Same stuff, guys. In this compiler, it's not possible, but definitely it is possible as it is a logic conversion. It's showing like this. Okay, or else we will simply give. So char b equals to. Well, I'm just trying to convert it to other data type. Let's see. Now capital A came. Okay. So here, while converting, so as an integer is a smaller data type, what a larger data type, while converting it to smaller data type, so the some data is going to be lost, right? So that's why we are going to perform manually. If we perform manually, the correct output will come. Okay. So this is what narrow casting is. Okay, clear with the widening casting, narrow casting, what is the ASCII value, what and all are the data types that are available in the Java, how those are going to be declared, how those are going to be initialized, and how it's going to be stored in the memory. So clear with all this stuff. Clear, guys? Let me know in comment section if you are clear. Then I'll post the attendance link. And one more thing. Yeah, clear, clear. Yes. 70 members are there. I want 70 responses. Guys, one more thing. If you have any doubts in this particular session, please let me know here itself. So each and everyone can clear their doubts. Here itself, guys. Mention here itself. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section, or else still you have any doubts, please try to ping me. I'll be available 24 by 7 for you people. If you have any doubts, I'll try to clarify your doubts. Okay, don't hesitate to post your doubts. Um, కొంతసేపు తెలుగులో మాట్లాడుతున్నాం సో ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎల్లెల్లోనో ఉంది ఈరోజు. ఆహ్, ఎవరికైనా రాజు, చేపలు కథ గుర్తుందా? అనగనగా ఒక రాజు, ఆ రాజుకి ఏడుగురు కొడుకులు. ఆ ఏడుగురు కొడుకులు కలిసి వేటకెళ్లారు. వేటకెళ్ళి 7 చేపలు తెచ్చారు. ఆ కథ అందరికీ గుర్తుందా? గుర్తుందా గైస్? సో ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ రిఫ్రెష్‌మెంట్. సో ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ ఐ విల్ పోస్ట్ అటెండెన్స్ లింక్. ఓకే. సో అక్కడేంటంటే 7 మంది కొడుకులు కలిసి 7 చేపల్ని తీసుకొనొచ్చారు. తీసుకొనొచ్చి 7 చేపల్ని ఎండబెట్టినారు. దాంట్లో 6 చేపలు మాత్రమే ఎండాయి. సో ఒక్క చేప ఎండలేదు గదా! ఆ చేపని వెళ్లి అడిగారన్నమాట. సో ఏదో సంథింగ్ అది లాజిక్ ఏదో ఉంది గైస్. ఫస్ట్ గడ్డి మోపు తర్వాత దూడ, దూడ తర్వాత చీమ, చీమ తర్వాత ఏదో సంథింగ్ ఉంది. సో అక్కడ ఒక అడుగుతా అంటే అతనెళ్ళి అడుగుతారనమాట. చాప ఎందుకు ఎండలేదంటే, అది గడ్డి మోపు అడ్డం వచ్చింది అనేసి చెప్తది. సో గడ్డి మోపు దగ్గరికెళ్ళి, ఆ గడ్డి మోపు నువ్వు ఎందుకు అడ్డం వచ్చావు అంటే, నన్ను మేయనీయలేదు అనేసి సంథింగ్. ఓకే. ఓకే ప్రవల్లిక. ఫస్ట్ కమ్ టు దిస్. సో ఇప్పుడు అంటే అక్కడ క్వెషన్ ఇప్పుడు రాజు ఒక కొడుకు చేప ఎండలేదు కదా! సో అడిగినాడన్నమాట. సో అడగడం వల్లనే తెలిసింది ఆడ. సో ఎవరికైనా ఆ కథ తెలిసుంటే గాని అన్‌మ్యూట్ చేసి చెప్పండి. సో దాన్నయితే ఈజీగా మీకు అందరికి మన పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో ఎట్లా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలో మీకు చెప్తానన్నమాట. సో మెయిన్ ఏదైనా గాని ఆ కథలో మోటివేషన్ ఏంటంటే క్వెషనింగ్. క్వెషనింగ్. సో ప్రశ్నించడం వల్లనే దేనికైనా గాని ఆన్సర్ దొరుకుతది. సో గడ్డి మోపు ఎందుకు అడ్డం వచ్చావంటే, సో నన్ను తిననీయలేదంటే మళ్ళా పోయి చీమ కరిచింది. చీమ సంథింగ్ ఇదంతా కథ ఉంది. బట్ ఐ డోంట్ నో దట్ స్టోరీ ఎగ్జాక్ట్‌లీ. సో ఇఫ్ యూ అంటే మీరు క్వెషనింగ్ చేయడం ఎప్పుడైతే అలవాటు చేసుకుంటారో, అప్పుడు యూ కెన్ సర్వైవ్ అన్నమాట. ఓకేనా? సో ఆ కథ ఐ ట్రై టు లిసన్ వన్స్ మోర్. సో ఆ కథ నుంచి మనకు సారాంశం ఏంటంటే క్వెషనింగ్. సో మీరు క్వెషన్ చేసినప్పుడే మీకు ఏదైనా గాని తెలుస్తది. ఓకేనా? సో నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు చెప్పాను. ఆ కథ నాకు ఎగ్జాక్ట్‌గా కంప్లీట్‌గా తెలీదు. యాహ్! ఆ కథ కంప్లీట్‌గా తెలిసింది ఏంటంటే చెప్పిండ్రు. సో మీకు తెలిసిన వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా ఉంటే మీరే అర్థం చేసుకోండి. లేదంటే నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్‌లో నేనే ఒకసారి ఆ కథ వినేసొచ్చి చెప్తా. ఓకేనా? ఫైన్.